The recording shows a glowing Xu Jingming executing a massive dragon-shaped strike against the formidable beast. Watching the projection, Lei Jinyang and the two students observe in awe. The students note that Xu Jingming's aura rivals the Storm Thunder Bears and wonder how he grew so strong so quickly. Wu Chuan asks for their thoughts. Lei Jinyang and the male student admit Xu Jingming's strength is monstrous and beyond imagination, questioning if he is just a mid-rank tier 3. Wu Chuan reveals that by the time he met him, Xu Jingming was already a high-rank tier 3. The male student is shocked, unable to comprehend such rapid improvement. Lei Jinyang points out that a Tier 4 high-rank beast could easily annihilate most ability users of the same rank, and the male student adds that it's even more outrageous that Xu Jingming defeated it in close-quarters melee combat. Trying to rationalize this power, the male student wonders if Xu Jingming is a special case, speculating he might be the principal's son. Wu Chuan dismisses this, explaining Xu Jingming's advantage is his incredible talent as an S-rank ability user. Lei Jinyang and the male student are stunned to learn a university freshman could be a Tier 3 high rank. Wu Chuan confirms that Xu Jingming is just a 19-year-old first-year student. This hits the group hard. They realize that while their average age is 23, a 19-year-old is vastly outperforming them, making them feel they have wasted their years of training. Seeing their defeated expressions, Wu Chuan explains he didn't show the video to discourage them, but to motivate them to make Xu Jingming their ultimate goal. Inspired, Lei Jinyang and the male student agree, showing renewed determination. Lei Jinyang asks for a copy of the recording. The instructor plans to upload it to the Martial Arts Hall's internal webpage. However, the male student raises a concern, reminding him the National University League is starting soon. Realizing his oversight, Wu Chuan sighs and decides against posting the video. He reasons that if other universities saw the footage, they would target Xu Jingming during the tournament. He recalls Magic City University placed second last time and notes that with Xu Jingming's power, they are in a prime position to fight for first. 2 days later, Xu Jingming wakes up to a ringing phone, realizing he has slept for 2 whole days. He answers a call from Principal Ling Xiao, who warns him the Heaven's Mandate sect is organizing a retaliation. The principal assures Xu Jingming his family and friends are protected, but urges him to crush his protective talisman immediately if he encounters danger, as he is likely the primary target. Xu Jingming acknowledges the warning. He reasons he is relatively safe due to the strict security of his location and the talisman, so he decides to continue his training. At the dark headquarters of the Heaven's Mandate sect, 2 hooded subordinates kneel before their general leader. They report that the Magic City branch is concerned by the rapid growth of the S-rank freshman, Xu Jingming, and request permission to assassinate him. The leader asks for his location and is informed by a subordinate named Bloodkill that Xu Jingming is training in the Thunder Secret Realm and will not be leaving for a while. The sect leader commands Bloodkill to eliminate Xu Jingming and destroy the Thunder Martial Arts Hall's secret realm. Bloodkill eagerly accepts, expressing his enjoyment of hunting down human geniuses. The other cult member is confident in his success. As a Tier 8 mid-rank user, he believes nothing can go wrong, even if Vice Principal Ling Shuang intervenes with her Tier 8 space-type abilities. Back in the city, Xu Jingming walks through a lively market decorated for the upcoming Spring Festival, feeling wistful that he will be spending the holiday alone again. He reflects on his cultivation progress, noting that while absorbing the Thunder Crystal core provided a significant boost, he still finds the improvement rate too slow. Seeking faster progress, he arrives at a massive skyscraper crackling with electrical energy. He hopes the facility, the Thunder Tower, will not disappoint him, recalling his senior brother Jiang Luo's high recommendation. Inside the Thunder Tower, Xu Jingming presents his credentials to a receptionist, who informs him that his S-Class pass grants him 4 hours of access to the 100th floor secret room. Curious, he asks about the significance of the 100th floor. The receptionist explains that the tower has 110 floors, and the higher the floor, the better the conditions for observing natural lightning. Satisfied, Xu Jingming decides to use his pass immediately. Arriving on the 100th floor, he steps into the secret room, initially puzzled by the lack of visible lightning. However, raw green electrical energy soon begins crackling wildly around the room. Fascinated, Xu Jingming reaches out to touch the energy, recognizing it as the foundational form of lightning. He sits cross-legged to cultivate, noting that unlike the thunderstorm zone, this room allows him to closely observe the element's intricate details. 4 hours later, Xu Jingming finishes his session feeling highly accomplished. He calculates that if he could cultivate in this room continuously for less than 5 days, he would reach the required proficiency to liquefy his lightning. His thoughts are interrupted by a knock at the sliding door. The receptionist politely informs him that his usage time has expired. Eager to continue, Xu Jingming asks how to extend his time. The receptionist explains that extra time must be exchanged using thunder crystal cores. However, the 100th floor only accepts Tier 4 cores. A Tier 4 low-rank core provides 3 hours of usage, with each minor rank increase adding an additional hour. Xu Jingming is stunned by the exorbitant cost. He calculates that since a Tier 4 low-rank core sells for over 6 million Great Xia currency, training in the room costs 2 million an hour. The receptionist informs him he could use Tier 3 Thunder Crystal cores for the 70th to 90th floors, but he declines, preferring to stay on the 100th floor. He surprises her by producing 2 high-level Thunder Crystal cores, leading her to marvel at his wealth. She calculates that the 2 cores will provide him with 11 hours of training time. Curious about the tower's apex, Xu Jingming asks what is required to access the floors above his current one. The receptionist explains that the 101st through 107th floors demand Tier 5 cores, while the 108th to the peak at the 110th floor require Tier 6 cores. Satisfied, he apologizes for bothering her and proceeds with his cultivation. 11 hours later, outside the Thunder Martial Arts Hall, Xu Jingming walks alongside his senior brother, Zhang Luo. Zhang Luo playfully insists Xu Jingming must treat him to a meal next time, revealing his junior brother just made 301 million from selling 4 rings and various beast materials. Xu Jingming readily agrees, expressing gratitude for the lucrative deal connection. The conversation shifts to Xu Jingming's recent exploits. Jiang Lo mentions hearing from instructor Wu that Xu Jingming killed a Tier 4 high-rank Storm Thunder Bear, remarking that the freshman's advancement speed is absurdly fast. Xu Jingming modestly brushes off the praise, attributing his success to good talent. Finding his modesty unconvincing, Zhang Lo asks about his plans for the Spring Festival. The younger student intends to head back into the thunderstorm zone and likely will not return for the holiday. Zhang Lo commends his dedication, but advises him to make a brief return for the festival. He explains that the Thunder Martial Arts Hall will be hosting an auction that might feature items of interest to him. This catches Xu Jingming's attention. He realizes his current spear is no longer sufficient and decides the auction could be the perfect opportunity for a weapon upgrade. With his interest confirmed, Zhang Luo promises to reserve an entry spot for him. Their plans settled, Xu Jingming bids farewell and departs for the thunderstorm zone. Meanwhile, in a comfortable bedroom elsewhere, Song Qiuqiu sits excitedly on a bed with Jiang Chuxuan. She eagerly shares her plan to visit the Thunder Secret Realm during the Spring Festival specifically to see Xu Jingming. She enthusiastically asks the older girl to accompany her. Jiang Chuxuan accepts the invitation with a sly, delighted smile. She secretly notes to herself that her friend seemingly intends to share Xu Jingming's company with her.